Hey friends, this is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from San Diego, California, where it's trying to be sunny, and at least it's definitely warmer today, which is just lovely. Sorry I couldn't be with you all last week, but if you go over to my blog with stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com, you can see a card that I made last week and have all the directions, and I'll show it to you today. So you didn't really miss out. I think I'm a little late getting started because I don't know why, but this crazy thing called Facebook was doing weird things, and so I had to go back out and go back in because it was trying to make everything backwards, and I kind of don't think that that's a good idea. So I went out and went back in so that I can, be here the right way and you guys don't all get confused. So couple things to share with you today is that I can finally share the insides of the catalogs and show you pictures of everything we're doing, because Celebration and the new January through July mini catalog went live. No, January through June mini catalog went live finally. So yay, excited about that. Looks like somebody's here, but I'm not able to see who that is. So thanks for watching, whoever you are. Oh, Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Anyway, so if you don't have a catalog, Vicky, I can't remember if I sent you a catalog, so you need to let me know if I didn't, and I will send you one. Couple things happening in my Stampin' world coming up is I have a class on the 16th, which is coming up this weekend, for doing Valentine's cards. I have room for one more person if anybody wants to message me and come. And then January 29th, I think we'll take reservations for just another couple days. All right, I see. No, you didn't. I will send you one, Vicky. Hi, Ann. Anyway, so we have a little mini retreat using the Daffodil Daydream set as well as the Celebration paper. And then the other thing I want to make everybody aware of, especially you, Vicky, because Vicky joined and then kind of dropped, because right now is a great time to join again. The usual $125 worth of product for $99 plus free shipping. That's always a given, but during Celebration right now, you can also add on 2 free stamp sets. And it's any stamp set in the annual catalog or the January through June catalog, just not, you can't add on the little free ones in the Celebration, or the ones you can get with rewards, but everything else. So if I were you, I'd take a look at that, pick out the most expensive stamp sets, and let Stampin' Up send them for free. Anyway, so that's what's going on in Stampin' Up in my world. So I am going to put you down here so that we can get going. And again, I'm excited to show you some stuff in the Celebration catalog, because that's the kind of new thing of the moment here. And I can actually open it up and show you some new things. So these are all free with purchase. So if you spend $50 worth, or some of them are $100 worth on anything, whether it's in the new little mini catalog or the annual catalog, you get some of these things for free. So I do not have this stamp yet. I believe it's on its way, because I just love this cute little pineapple, and my husband does bonsai plants, so I thought that might be kind of nice for him. This daffodil paper I just love. It goes well with this daffodil set that's in the January through June mini catalog, and like I said, we're going to be using that during our mini retreat. And here's a quick sneak peek of one of the cards that I've made that we'll probably be doing for the retreat. And you notice this paper here, because this paper is the Celebration paper, free when you spend $50 on any order. Isn't this cool? I'm actually loving these kind of papers when they do these ones. I know they're kind of meant for scrapbookers, but I just love cutting them like this. and making a card. And then the backs are all a little bit more neutral. So one side has lots of daffodils and the other is going to be a little more neutral. You can use for anything. Love this one with the flirty flamingo and pale papaya daffodils. This one doesn't even have daffodils. It just has little flowers on it. This I thought would be great. It has little hearts. You could do like a masculine Valentine. In fact, I might, don't tell my husband, I might use this one for his Valentine because he loves green, his favorite color. Another just riotous color in here. But look at the back. It's just kind of quiet. As you can see, I've used up most of this paper. That's the one that we're using on that one that I just, card I just showed you. So that's the back of the Daffodil Afternoon paper. And then I don't have this one either, the little butterfly ones, but it also goes real well. You could stick on those new butterflies. I don't know if you guys have seen those yet. Wait, let me find one. Excuse me. These are these amazing new little brushed brass butterflies that are in the January through June catalog. And the great thing about them is they're really flush. You know, they're not going to stick out and get your card stuck and have trouble sending them. All right, so the next thing on here is this Driving By stamp set. This is an adorable stamp set. If you have any people with bugs or vans in your life, I made this one with paper piecing. Oh, I could start promoting. This is going to be a class that I'm going to do next month. It's going to be all about making just a whole stack of birthday cards. So that's going to be for a class for next month. But just love. And then this is a sneak peek. We got the bug here at the next thing in here. The page, which is the Sunshine and Rainbow Dsp. So you get, it's a 6x6 packet, and I believe it has 12 different papers, and some of them are rainbowish, and some of them are more just, I love a good stripe, are just kind of more of a background. And they coordinate with the rainbow set that's in the January through June catalog. This paper, there's a new punch, a cloud punch, and it will punch out those clouds in the paper. So I just love the colors in here and just how bright and cheery it is. And let me just quickly flip them over. And see, then most of these are a little bit more neutral. Again, we've got one you could use for Valentine's Day, but these are just kind of neutral background things. And you could see how I used it on that card. And here's another card. I did this card on one of my lives just a few weeks ago, so you can go back and look at that. And there's that cloud paper. So that's one of those bay window cards, it's called. Oh, and then the next is, don't overlook this paper. It's called Simply Marbelous, as in marble, because the one side of the paper has these just gorgeous swirls in all different colors. And then the back is much more subtle, that you could use as a background or stamp on it, like, you know, just really pretty colors. We're going to be using that paper today. But here's another card I made. These are actually just little leftover strips from making other cards. And notice that I'm using the stamp set with the drive-by. And then next one is the awesome Otters. They seem to be going on a theme here of, excuse me, a cute animal in each celebration. So it's the Otters' turn. I love Otters. One of my favorite places is to go to Monterey on the coast in California, and you can just walk along the shoreline and watch the otters. Excuse me. So this is the card that I did last week. You can find it on stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com. And see, I'm using the otter stamp as well as that Simply Marbelous paper. And actually, this paper is the back side of one of the papers in the Rainbow set. So I've used 3 different things from this catalog. And if you want to know how to make that otter card, like I said, it's on my blog from last week. Okay, this has got to be the most popular set in here. This is, we're now at the $100, spend $100, you get a full set of papers, 12 by 12 papers, as well as a stamp set. Let me show you the papers first because they are gorgeous. They've got birds and flowers. Oh, I forgot to look it up, but there is a stamp set and dies that has one of those folders that comes with it, and it actually will cut out some of the flowers in this set. So like these flowers are the same as this set in the annual catalog. I'll have to look it up because I forgot to pull it up before we went live today. But as you can see, we've got a lot of soft colors, a fresh freesia, the pale papaya, and then some bright ones also with the granny apple green. We've got flowers, we've got birds. And then on the other side, again, favorite stripes. This you could use for any occasion as well as these other ones, but it's just beautiful paper. So let me show you some of the things I've made with it. So this is using some of those flowers. This one I just hand cut out. I don't know if you can see this on here. Can you see this butterfly has a sheen to it? This is the new mother of pearl paper that's in the January through June catalog. And this is the paper, this paper actually, this one on the end here. From here, I use the basic border dies to cut it out with. And I just thought it's stunning with the black. Here's another one, just, you know, stamping. Don't need to color this one in at all. This is just a little heart left over from that mother of pearl paper. And see, I used it back here. And then one more with the fancy Z fold. And again, you can color these, but I think they're just kind of pretty, not even having to color them. Hey Becky, thanks for tuning in. And again, this is the stamp set that goes with that pretty paper. Some pretty flowers. Like I said, these flowers you can cut out and emboss with one of the sets from the annual catalog. Oh, I just noticed this has the little dots. Don't underestimate dots, you guys. They are so helpful sometimes to just fill in some background. All right, one more $100 set. This special moment set. Why, you ask, is $100? Because it's basically like 2 sets. If you see in here, you actually have 2 sets worth of stuff. And it has everything from sympathy. I made a whole bunch of sympathy cards with this, as well as, you know, you can use for birthday, almost anything. And we're actually going to be using this today, and then I'll show you some other cards. Well, I can show you this one. It has congratulations, and notice I've got 2 of the different papers from Celebration. I love how they coordinate together with the pool party and such. And, you know, big congratulations. You could even use this on a birthday card. And I love this with sympathy. Here's another one that's using the Simply Marbelous paper. And this stamp set we are also going to be using today. So let's get to that and make a card. All right, so we're going to make a version of this card today using the Amazing Silohouettes stamp set. Now this stamp set is on page 40 of the January through June catalog, and it goes with these dies that are really great because it has thanks that you can do, you know, just cut off the S and use thank you, and then you are amazing. And hopefully you can see it's got like the double dies where you can mount them on each other or use them singly. Today we're just going to be using the stamp set. And the thing that's really different about this stamp set is the part that gets colored is this dark part around here. So you can see it leaves white, if you're stamping on white or whatever color you're stamping on, open in the middle like that. All right, so like I said, we're making a version of this card. I actually made several sympathy cards. Again, this with, and you saw this one already. The with sympathy is from the Special Moments free stamp set. And we're using the Simply Marbelous paper. All right, but this time we are going to make it in Bermuda Bay. I basically just decided that I was going to make this in every color that the Simply Marbelous paper came in. So this is a piece that's 4 by 5 1/4. And, you know, that's going to just get mounted on here. And then we're going to take this piece that's 3 3/4 by 5, and that's what we're going to stamp on. Oops, no we're not. That goes on the inside. I have a smaller piece. I was thinking, wait, that's way too big. A smaller piece that's 2 3/4 by 5, and that's what we're going to stamp our big tree on. So with these bigger ones, you see I've mounted it kind of sideways because I didn't want to use the next size up block. This is a E block, so you need at least an E block for this stamp set. So make sure you check that before you order it. And like I said, when I do these really large ones, I like to turn them over like this and use the stamp pad like this as opposed to the way you would, you know, normally stamp like that. So let's see. As you guys know, getting straight is not my forte, but it's part of the reason I decided to use a smaller piece of paper, because I figured I could get it on here straight. Gorgeous. Semi-straight anyway. And then let's also stamp. Now I'm using on here the rectangular stitch. That one's a little dirty. Let's try a clean one. Rectangular stitched dies, one of the smaller ones. And then remember this Special Moments stamp set? I'm using this Happy Birthday because I noticed that I was kind of running out of guy birthday cards. So since this is a photopolymer stamp, we've got our stamp pad. And this just fit perfectly on here. And that's pretty much it for stamping, unless you want to put a stamped sentiment on the inside. Now you've noticed on all of these ones I put a little ribbon on here, And then I realized I don't have any Bermuda Bay ribbon, and I didn't really feel like using the pool party ribbon that we had. Let me close this up before I already have some on my fingers, so before I get more of it on my fingers. Oh, it's not wanting to today. I'm just going to leave it over here because it's got a whole bunch for some reason on the bottom. This is how I get stuff on my cards, guys. And it usually happens when I'm totally done with cards. Anyway, this is some new ribbon called, what's it called? Frayed Ribbon. And it's in the new catalog. And one of the things that's cool about it is you actually can go like this and pull it and have like a little edge like that. We're really not going to use it like that today. Well, maybe we could. How does that look? I suppose we could do that. Why don't we do that? So we'll cut it the size that we want it. And then just pull a little of that out. Now, the other thing, you can use this little piece that you pull out for something. I mean, if it was longer and you were doing longer edges here. So we're going to do that on the other end too. Oh, what I started. And like I said, you can always use that for something. You know, just like you would use the twine. And I decided that since I wanted a little bit of that Bermuda Bay to show in there, that I was going to make this into a striped ribbon. So I was just going to go along here and color it a little bit. Let's actually see if it works better with well, Robin, try to be a little straight here. And, you know, you could color the whole thing, or you could make it stripey like I'm doing. I'm making this up as I go, so let's see if we like that on here. Almost doesn't look like the same color, but it is. That's just one of the blends. The other alternative, sorry for reaching in front of you, is we could use, and then that's going to go on top. Kind of like it. We'd use the Pool Party. But I thought that was so pale. Yeah, let's go back to this one. Now this ribbon, since we're not, let's stick this down first. Trying just to get an even border around here. The beauty of our using our glue instead of another adhesive. And then to stick this down, I'm actually going to use some tear and tape because this is kind of a heavy ribbon, so I do want to make sure it's going to actually stick. Maybe we don't need it all the way to that end, but we'll fix that. Just going to go like this so that anything that's not, you know, into the ribbon there. This is always the hardest part for me about tear and tape. Actually getting the edge to come off. There we go. Okay, I lied. That wasn't so hard. And let's stick it on our our base. This side is so pretty too, huh? So the nice thing about this packet is you get several pieces of each of the papers. So you can use that other marbled side for some of it, and then this whirly side for others. Okay, looks like we got some extra sticking out here, which I don't want. Then we got our ribbon that people will ask you, where did you get this ribbon? I don't see that ribbon in there. There's no stripe Bermuda Bay ribbon. Oh, well, we just made it ourselves. And some dimensionals. Hey, Donna. So, Vicki, you like the papers. What's your favorite paper in the celebration? All right, and then this one is our inside one that's 3 3/3 by 5. Now, this was just a little piece of extra that was left over from doing that, cutting that out. See, look, see what I mean about getting stuff, my fingers on it? It's all right, we have another side. And so this is probably 6 inches because that's what the papers are. So I'm just going to put so that the inside doesn't look naked. We can put that on one side. Put that inside. And that adds a little visual interest in here. You know, sometimes I'll stamp one of the littler stamps in a set. This one didn't really have little stamps, so that makes it difficult. But we do need to do something for our envelope because our founder, Shelley, is always reminding us that we can't. Oh my God, look, see, I got this stuff everywhere. Let's get a new envelope. That we can't send out naked envelopes. So I thought what we do is take this little kind of, I don't know, plant material of some sort, little ferns or something, and we'll stamp that down in the corner, and then we will know Isn't that pretty also? And that way we'll know that this is the stamp. Oh, look, I already managed to get some on here. Oh my gosh. That's because, remember, I told you for some reason this Bermuda Bay stamp pad has a bunch of stuff on the edges that we just totally need to clean up, because that is where you're going to get stuff all over yourself. So let's see what we have to clean up. I just have one of these cloths that you use on your car and stuff. Got from Amazon, cut up into little pieces, and that's saved me. I'm even going to just use it to push it forward. See if we can clean this up. Well, I'm sure you guys tuned in to watch me clean up my gooey stamp pads, but look at all of that mess. Like I said, I probably just had it not completely flat at some point, getting ready for something or moving it one place to the other. But you really want to go back and clean this up, because That's how you ruin projects. I seem to always just get these on things right as I'm totally finished stamping. I don't know about you guys, but that's what usually happens to me. So I keep something wet sitting right there. Anyway, so that is our pretty card of the day. And then I'm going to bring back in the other ones that I made in all the other different Simply Marbelous cards. Now, you know, to me, because this doesn't have a lot of bling on it, you know, I did put some bling, and I don't know if you can tell, some Wink of Stella on that one that to me says more girl cards. My husband says I'm not allowed to use bling on guy cards. So that's why those end up just a little bit plainer, a little bit of ribbon. And then my husband and my son, like I said, I used to craft just sitting in our breakfast area so I could watch TV, etc. before my crafting took over everything else. And so I'd get they're okay with what's acceptable for a guy card. And it was always, Mom, it has ribbon. There's no ribbon on guy cards. Okay, well maybe if it doesn't have a bow and it's not, you know, a girly color, then maybe we can be okay with that. So I'm going to turn you back up. Thank you, Vicki. Hope you guys all like that. And if you want to get measurements, etc., you can go to my blog, stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com, and it has all the information with the measurements again. And if you go, you know, I usually post this video to my YouTube channel afterwards too, which is Stamp with Dr. Robin. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. Hubby wants to go hiking next Monday. Is it next Monday? That's Martin Luther King Day. Yeah, he wants to go hiking, so I may be on late next Monday, but I will post something if I am. So take care. Have a good week, everybody. Bye-bye.